Welcome to the Aquaflow Crypto Lab. It's time, guys. XRP is about to have a huge move, and I think that the whole crypto market will be impacted. In this video, I'm going to share an update of the XRP Bull Bear Index and the string line, but the most important chart of the day is the Moonshot Chart, and you will understand why in this video. After this, we are going to look at the big picture chart. Then we are going to dive into the cloud chart. And in the last chart, I'm going to share some insights about Bitcoin. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Now, let's begin. So, as I said in the introduction, we are going to start this video with the Bull Bear Index. The good news is that currently the market is still mostly bullish. That said, as you can see, we had white dots popping up just right now with the current candle. This doesn't necessarily mean that we will go into a bear market. Why? Remember that in the past we had similar phases, right? Despite the fact that the market was mostly bullish in all this cycle, from time to time we had white dots popping up and red dots popping up also. Remember that what will decide whether or not we are going into a bear market is if we see a full body of a candle closing below the red line. As you can see here, it was the case and we started a bear market. Also here with this very candle, we have a full body closing below the line and it was the start of the bear market, right? So we don't want to see XRP having a full body of a candle closing below the line. Currently, as you can see, despite the fact that the current candle is trending below the line, we still have the top of the body above the line, meaning that even if the candle closes below the line, we would still need a new candle opening below the line and closing below the line to be officially in a bear market. For example, remember that during the SEC sell-off, we have this gigantic move, right? With the candle closing below the line, but we still have the opening of the candle above the line, right? Meaning that the line was still a resistance. And as you can see, we had no body fully below the line and we have this candle closing above the line. And that's how we knew that XRP was still in a bull market. So I know that it looks very scary. You can see that here we pierced the line, but we closed above it. Here again, we closed above it. Here we have a bounce. Here we pierced it, but we closed above it. So every time this line is a huge support. And even here we had a huge bounce to the upside, but we came down to retest it. We pierced it, it was very scary, but we still managed to close above it. Then with this candle, again, we closed above the line. Then with this candle, we had a small bounce. And with the current candle, we are currently trending below the line because the line is currently around 51 cents and the current price is around 49 cents. I remind you that these candles are 23 days candle and the next candle will start on Friday the 27th. This means that the current candle will close in 10 days. So it's too early to say that the price will remain below the line. That said, the Moonshot Chart is telling us that XRP is about to have a huge move, and this is exactly what we are going to dive into right now. I hope it's clear for this chart. To sum it up, we are still mostly bullish, right? Despite the fact that we had small bearish sign in the charts, and currently we are trending below the string line, but we still have the opening of the candle above the line, meaning that we need a new candle to know if XRP will have an official body closing below the line or if we are able to bounce from it. Now let's move to the most important chart of the day, the Moonshot Chart. So you already know about this chart. It's been a long time since the first time I showed it on this channel. And I remind you that the XRP Bull Bear Index that I showed on my previous chart is available for free on my website. So check the description of the video if you want to access it. And the source code of the Moonshot Chart is also available for free on my website. So please check it. So why is this chart so important right now? For the reminder, we know that every time that the yellow line crosses the red line or the green line, we have a huge move in the market. For example, here the line was going down. We have this touch, right? And we have this gigantic move of XRP. Here we have an official cross and it was the beginning of the bear market. After this, you see the line going up. We touched it, but we couldn't go above it. And because of this, we got a rejection and we had a new bottom, right? So this shows you the relationship between the crosses of the yellow line and the moves of XRP. For example, here again, it's no coincidence that after the cross, we have this gigantic move, right? Then we have this cross and we have a new bottom. And again, even here recently, we have this cross and this gigantic move. That's why right now, I expect XRP to have a gigantic move. Why? It's very simple. If you understood what I just explained, you can see that the yellow line is going down and we've been waiting for this event for some time now. We are about to see a cross between the yellow line and the green line. For the record, I'm using a 4 days time frame and the next candle will open on Friday the 20th. You can see that both lines are very close to each other. This means that if XRP doesn't move by Friday, we should have a cross between both lines with the next candle. And after the cross, this is when what XRP will do next will be crucial, because after the cross, either XRP remain below the green line and the line will start going red, and this would be a very bad sign in my opinion. Either the cross trigger a reaction of the price to the upside, exactly like what we had in the past when we were there, right? You remember, we have a touch of the yellow line and we have this gigantic move to prevent the yellow line from crossing the green line. So to make it clear, if we want to stay in a bull market, XRP has no choice but to have a huge move to the upside. You understand now why this chart is so important in the current situation? In my previous video, I said that I was expecting a huge move from XRP in October, and this didn't change at all, because the next candle will start on Friday, then it will last 4 days, of course, and the candle after this will start on Tuesday the 24th. And I think that if history repeats and XRP reacts to the cross with a huge move to the upside, this would happen with the next 2 candles. So before the end of the month of October. Of course, this is the bullish case. We could have a bearish scenario where we have an official cross and it would look very bad. Unfortunately, the Moonshot chart doesn't tell us the direction of the next move, but don't worry, we have other charts and other analyses to help us. So now at least you can understand why I expect a huge move from XRP in the coming days, according to this chart. I hope it's clear. Let's move to the big picture chart. In this chart, the situation hasn't changed much for the last 10 weeks, let's say. For the record, after the breakout, just right here inside the bull bear band, you can see that we went from red to orange, right? We have this consolidation phase. Then we made it out of the band, but we penetrated the band again with this candle. And we went down to retest the bull market support as a support. This was very important. And as long as the price stays above the bull market support, we are good, guys, but we don't want to see XRP going down like this below the bull market support and below the bull bear band in orange. This chart is very, very, very clear, and it looks like what we had just right here. Why? Again, here we have a breakout, we penetrated the band and we were above the bull market support. We went down to retest it. We have some consolidation like what we have just right here before a breakout, but we went down inside to retest the bull bear band as a support before going up again. And you can see that from here we went down to retest the bull market support just right here. It was a very, very scary move, but hopefully we were able to bounce from this level and to have another breakout above the bull bear band. And this is exactly what we are experiencing right now. We were above the band, but we went down inside it to retest the bull market support as a support again. And right now, as you can see, the range of the band is going tighter and tighter, meaning that XRP has less range to move inside the band. As you can see, the bull market support is still going up with the blue dots, meaning that in the future, the bull market support is pushing us up. So XRP will have to make a decision whether or not it will stay above the bull market support or if it will go below it. And as we saw in the previous chart, I expect XRP to have a huge move in the coming days. And this area of pressure of the price against the bull market support confirms that a huge move is coming. Before switching to the next chart, I can share some key levels with you. The bull market support is currently around 46 cents. In fact, it's more around 47 cents. The bottom of the band is around 44 cents. And the top of the band is around 60 cents. So keep these levels in mind and let's see what XRP will do in the coming days. It's time to move to the next chart, the cloud chart. So this is the cloud chart, and on this chart I'm using also a 23 days time frame. And as you know, we've been using the cloud as a very, very strong support for multiple candles in a row. It started from here where we have a breakout with the candle closing above the cloud, and ever since we always closed the next candle either inside the cloud or above it. You can see it here. We closed here, inside, above it, inside it, above it, inside it, inside it, inside it again. And currently it's a little bit more bearish because we are currently trending below the cloud. But for the record, here we pierced the cloud, so we trended below it, right? But we were able to close above it. Here again, we trended below it, but we were able to close way above it, okay? Here it was the same thing. We pierced it, but we came back up to close inside it. Here again, we pierced it, but we were able to close inside it. And it was a beautiful move because it was very, very scary to be in this area. I thought that maybe we would close below it, but just before the close of the candle, and this is why I am using this time frame, because there is something really mysterious between XRP in this time frame, but it works very, very well. And as you can see, just before the close of the candle, we went back up to close inside the cloud, and this was not a coincidence. So what about the current candle? So we are 10 days away of the close of the current candle. So despite the fact that XRP is trending currently between the cloud and the green line, which is a great support, we still have time to close inside or above the cloud in a bullish scenario. As I said in the Moonshot chart, I think that with the two next 4 days candle, XRP will have a huge move. And it's no coincidence that the next 23 days candle will start next week. And the correlation between the Moonshot chart and this cloud chart with this time frame shows that if XRP wants to keep using this cloud as a support, XRP has no choice but to react to the upside before the end of the month of October. If XRP stays below the cloud, this would be an early bearish sign because it would be the very first time since March, guys. It's a lot. But the confirmation of an official bear market would be to see XRP trending below the green line and particularly below the blue dots, which represents the bull market support. So let's see if that by the end of the month, XRP is able to go back up and to close inside the cloud or above it. It would be even better. I hope it's clear. It's time to move to the next chart and the last chart of the day, the Bitcoin chart. In my last video, I already presented you these indicators and how I use them. So in this video, we will jump right into it because in my last video, I said that XRP was stuck in this area. On one side, we had two beautiful supports, which are the aqua line and the yellow dots that you can see just right here. You can consider the yellow line as a capitulation candle because every time that we cross it, we have a capitulation of the price just after. And when we are above it, we use it as a beautiful support. It was the case here or even here before crossing it again and having a capitulation. Right now, as you can see, we had an official breakout above it. We used it as a strong support and even here as a strong support again. That's why I said in my previous video that we had the aqua line as a strong support, because usually Bitcoin doesn't go below it, or even if we go below it for some time, we always have a bounce from it to the upside. That's why we have two major supports, right? Just right here, we have two major supports below us. And at the same time, we had two very strong resistances above us, which are the 200 weeks moving average in red. Everybody knows about it. And we have here the pink dots, which is also some kind of capitulation candle because after crossing it, you see that we have huge move to the upside. So I used both lines, the yellow dots and the pink dots, to help me with the capitulation. And as you can see here, despite the fact that we were able to cross above the yellow dots, which is good, we were not able to close above the pink dots before this breakout candle, which is really good. And as you can see, this is beautiful, guys, because we are able to use this line as a beautiful support. And when everybody is looking at the 200 weeks moving average, we have more indicators, guys, because we have my custom indicators with the pink dot. And as you can see, this is the real support that will hold us to the upside if we are able to maintain this level. And despite the fact that we closed below the 200 weeks moving average and got a rejection from it, we had these dots holding the price before having this current bounce that we are observing right now. So in my previous video, I said that Bitcoin was stuck in this area between those two lines and those two lines, right? But if Bitcoin were able to choose a side either below the supports or above the resistances, it would decide of the future of the entire crypto market for the future months. Hopefully, I like what I see right now because Bitcoin is choosing a side, right? After using the pink dots as a beautiful support, we have a breakout, a retest of the support and a bounce to the upside. And it seems that Bitcoin wants to go above the 200 weeks moving average. And this is very, very positive. In my previous video, I talked also about these indicators, right? I said that we needed to pay attention to this confluence point with the gray line, the mountain indicator in green, and the purple line all joining at the same time in the same area, because we remember in the past what happened when these lines joined, right? It was the case here during the COVID sell-off, here again. So despite the fact that it seems that Bitcoin is choosing a side to the upside, I still keep an eye on this area, right? With the bottom area, with the mountain indicator, because of course we never know. So just to give you a rough idea, if you see Bitcoin going below $25,300, you can start to worry. But as long as we stay above the pink dot and the current pink dot is around $26,700, we are good, guys, and the crypto world has a bright future. So to sum it up, this is very positive for the future, guys, but we need to keep an eye on this because we never know. I hope it's clear. Let me know if you have some questions in the comment section of the video. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you like my content and give me a thumbs up. That's all for today, and as always, time will tell.